I should say.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're clean. Good afternoon, ARMS fans, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. I'm back with another ARMS tournament. We're going to have some fun today. And it's not just me. I've brought a friend along who is currently sitting beside me virtually. Yash, how about you go and introduce yourself? Tell everybody why we were here, while we start up the first match.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. First, can you hear me? Wait, let me just answer. I'm also the TO, so you may see me, doing TO things.
Very cool. That's awesome.
So hello everyone. I am representing Team ARKAD in French, or Team Arcade. We'll have to see what branding goes on that in long term. But I'm representing one of the one of the top French esports organizations in France, and we're going international. And I got onboarded because the cool thing about Team Arcade is growing more niche communities, right? Growing games we believe in, like we had Wizard of Legends yesterday, which is not a big, doesn't have a big scene like ARMS, but we're all about supporting various communities, and we have a lot of resources, and I mean, I believe in ARMS. I got onboarded to the team to try to restart and reignite the love for ARMS, right? Because I think we all love ARMS, and it's also got a ton of potential. Like, it's a Nintendo game. The game is really high quality. I feel like ARMS is one of the most refined fighting game experiences. I know they don't make a lot of them, but I feel like ARMS is really, there's just so many little features, like from the flow of the game is really tailored for competitive play.
For sure.
And
It's really
I love
well
it.
polished, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really polished experience. It's one of the most polished games I think Nintendo made at some point.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. But yeah, so big, exciting day. This is day 2 of PyrOlympics, which was supposed to be a 1-day event, but oops, now it's a 2-day event. So that's cool. That's very fun.
Yeah, Wizard of Legends was yesterday.
Yeah, so we are currently sitting in the $1 million esports studio, the couple of disembodied voices. So we are waiting our first match, Prince and Natrium. I hope I said it right one of those 2 times, because I don't know.
Yep. Let me just. Also, do you mind linking people to bracket?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna pin bracket in both Twitch and YouTube chat, and we'll call that a day.
And on the bracket, you'll also be able to see what games we will be streaming and what order. So if you're curious about that, you can check it out. I know the ARMS scene is not really Star GG centric. It's more challenge.
Oh yeah,
That's a French name.
We're suffering right now, but we're suffering for you.
Well, thank you. How are? Hey. Yeah, it's gone. Have they started?
No, they are currently in lobby. Are you gonna join us so you can see what they're doing, or are you just gonna hang out?
I may not, just because I want to avoid contributing to lag, to be honest.
You kill me. Okay. Very cool.
I think that's just more wise, especially because you have a stream going.
Oh no, believe me, I'm good, homie. We're good. Yeah, no, that's cool. So yeah, Prince and Nat. Every game today, we're going to be doing a best 3 out of 5 standard double elimination bracket. We're going to be going down the list of all the round 1 matches first, catching everybody in between losers, and then visiting finals and grand finals as we go. So it's going to be a fun day, a lot of arms, a lot of really good gameplay. I'm excited for it.
Heard we have a massive Kid Cobra fan as well. It's like, you know, Kid Cobras, they come and come. Gotta stop them. It's cool though. What stages are we gonna get, by the way? I'm kind of curious because
yeah, so we're going to be using the standard North America backroom rule set. So with how that ends up working, of course, you have your standard starter stages and counter pick stages like you would find in Smash. But for the starter stages, that's what we're going to be seeing in round 1 here. We're going to have Ribbon Ring, Mausoleum, Buster Beach, DNA Lab, and Sparring Ring. And then for the counter pick stages, we're going to see Spring Stadium, Ramen Bowl, Scrapyard, Sky Arena, Via Dulce, and Temple Grounds. Now, if I know Prince like I know Prince, he'll likely try to force things over to Sparring Ring or DNA. Sometimes Ribbon Ring if he really wants to mix it up. But we'll see. We'll see.
And Prince plays the Songo, if I'm correct.
No, that's me. I'm the number 1.
Oh, you're the
Masongo main in North America. Yeah. No, so Prince is very firmly
Coil.
a Springtron, will occasionally bust out Coil. That surprised me a little bit earlier this week. And then, yeah.
I guess... that's an interesting stage choice for Springtron. I'm trying to kind of think about why. I think Spring Stadium I can really understand why, but DNA I'm kind of curious why.
It's one of those things where it's one of those things where like the natural instinct for DNA is to naturally try to hide behind those pillars to have some kind of cover to get around them in some way, right? But if you're really solid with Springtron, you're able to really easily control where you want your opponent to be, right? Because everything is going to be so reliant on how Springtron is moving, how he's charging up to go and get those deflects, etc. Right? So I mean, there's just a lot that you can end up doing to control everything.
I think our marbles and I guess did they get the memo?
You know what? Not sure. We'll see.
Seems to have started. It's fine.
Yeah, real quick. Yash, can you explain to the viewers at home in the bracket currently how you actually pick a stage on Start GG? Because I am not familiar with it.
Okay.
I'm suffering.
So because they must do it they must do it manually. Seems like it's sorted out. Basically, the thing about Star GG is that the rule sets are predefined, right? So the problem we had with ARMS was that the ARMS rule set in Star GG, there's only one, and it's outdated. So the stage list is changed a bit, and because of that, we have requested to Star GG to update the rule set. Or make a new rule set that's up to date. But, I mean...
So
they haven't gone back to us.
They just got to talk it out with their match partner in chat.
There's not going to be stage reporting will not be... character reporting may still happen.
All right, so, Prince and Nat, yeah. Do your thing. Let me know where we going.
see. We can just stream, but
Like I
can't
said,
see.
we're in the empty $1 million esports
Oh,
studio.
right,
Yeah, because gameplay hasn't started yet. But check this out. Like, we can go and take a peek at. Boom! Wow, check that out. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. Hey, they're ready. Is everyone ready? Let me actually. You know what?
They're
Let
not
me
actually ready. No, I just did this to get out of the studio and get some fresh air for a second. Yeah, I was getting a little claustrophobic.
It's really cool that you made that. Did you make that or?
Yeah, well, no, I bought it. It was $1 million, dude. That's
right.
a live camera feed. Yeah. What do you mean?
that is. Look, people. If there's a reason we have Brett representing arms, right? Trying to see. Oh, they are using the. Okay, so they are using stages. Oh no. I wasn't expecting this. I thought that I had removed this. No, it's annoying. Alright. If they need to pick... We're using the American rule set. If they need to pick another stage, they can.
So while we're waiting on stage choices and all that good stuff, you seen any good movies lately?
To be honest, I'm not that much of a movie person.
Not a movie guy. Okay, fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. Play any fun games lately?
What have I played? Trying to think. Well, I've played things. I've been mostly playing a lot of Factorio lately. I play some Minecraft, obviously, but the thing is, in my free time, so for those who don't know, I'm a software engineer. In my free time, I basically like to code. Actually, there's an expression for this in French. I'm what's called a Sunday developer, because I code when I'm home and I code when I'm at work. It's that easy. But that's what I mostly do. I've been writing though. I started writing a game yesterday actually, which I'm pretty excited to share more information on later.
That's cool. That's cool.
In the year.
I'll tell you, I have not played a lot of games lately. Thrilled to get my Switch 2 in 4 days, hopefully, though.
Yeah,
thrilled.
You know, I'm gonna get it before you, though.
Okay, time traveler. Okay.
Time zones.
Whatever you say, buddy. Yeah, whatever you say. Do you think I'll be able to like walk up to Walmart on Wednesday and say, "Hey, listen, can I just get my order? It's out in Japan. Yeah. Like if I were in Japan right now, I could have it."
Yeah, it's cool. Although to be honest, there's something that a lot of French stores are doing. They are. So here's a fun thing. So they tweeted out all the Switch 2s coming to the retail, right? But then they immediately tweeted, so by the way, it's pointless to wait around at midnight because we will only be taking pre-orders in the first day.
Okay. Oh, so they're only doing pre-order pickups day one?
Yeah, basically, yeah. The first day is only pre-order pickups.
Interesting.
Which I think is I can understand why.
I can too. Yeah, I can too, for sure.
Also, it's a big launch. It's not like there are 5 people who pre-ordered, I'm sure. I think it's gonna be a lot of people in the store, coming to think of it.
Yeah, no, I know over in the States, GameStop is doing something somewhat similar, but not quite as similar, where like they're doing a midnight launch, but like the idea is you come in at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and they'll let people pay off like their remaining like pre-order balance. Like they want to do it ahead of time, and then you come back later at midnight to just like pick up your stuff and go.
I see.
All right, just to give you a little stage update, we are going to Ribbon Ring for our first match.
Nice ribbon ring. That is already a mix-up apparently.
Yeah, well,
I know,
it's one of those things where you don't see it too often, just because it's the most non-standard stage.
Also, the thing
out of
about ribbon
everything else
ring
in the
is
starter
that
picks.
it's pretty like with all the blocks that spawn. It's pretty like I think visibility is kind of it's a weird one to move around for sure.
100%. Yeah, it's a little bit of a visibility thing, but even then, with how easily those blocks are breakable, it's not
Sure.
really. Yeah, it's not really that huge. Huge of a deal, but sometimes it gets people tripped up a little bit.
All right, are we ready? And sounds like we are. Let me post your stream to also the French viewers maybe.
Yeah.
Get some people in. Oh, that's your call.
Yeah, no, let's hook me up with the French. We're gonna make me a French gaming icon.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just put. I'm gonna post this just here.
All right, and we've got our first match starting up for the day. We've got a little Prince and Natrium. Prince, of course, playing Springtron. Let's be going with a Toaster Hydra combo. Natrium playing Min Min with what is the explosive Hydra? I forget what it's called. But that and the Chillerang. Prince playing a fairly aggressive game,
Yes.
chipping down net and going for the grab pretty straight
He is going
away.
right onto him.
Very, very solid charge up by Prince, baiting that into Nat as he tries to zone it out, grabs the grab, and ends that first round.
Oh yeah, that was quick.
See,
I liked
that's,
also that I liked how he just pulled back after attacking. Like he did the damage and he pulled back. It's like, all right, now the ball's in your court.
Yeah, so that's
kinda.
one really big thing about Prince is as we go through today, you'll notice his gameplay is incredibly aggressive right at first, up until he has you in like some spot where he's going to want you to try to zone it out. Then he's just going to come in when you least expect it in the match.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate use of that rush there by Nat,
Yeah,
but
get punished.
there we go. And that is match one done. We are 1-0 in favor of Prince. Very quick matchup. Very quick.
You know, it's surprising. I know it's a very punishable move, but I'm surprised we barely saw any Springtron tricks.
Well, it's one of those things where another key thing with Prince is he's very very studied on the fundamentals, right?
Sure.
For the most part, he's not too interested in being flashy. He's not too interested in, you know, really doing a lot of extra work. He just wants to get in, be aggressive, win the match, and call that a tournament.
Oh, it was a very fundamentals. Like he was just. It was a pure fundamentals match. He was just using his arms, and also his arms choice I thought was very solid, very aggressive because he could just constantly harass his opponent and make and ask them questions.
For sure, yeah, good. No, it was a very good, very clean, very textbook matchup to start the day.
You have people in chat. Hello, people. I'll drop a follow.
Yeah, don't forget to drop the follow and actually no, don't sub to me. I hardly ever
I'm not
stream. Don't
subbing. I'm
sub.
just looking at.
Well, no,
I'm looking at what things you have.
Yeah, I was telling chat. Now, if you want to drop, now if chat wants to drop YouTube memberships, it's kind of like a Twitch sub, but it's nowhere near as useful. I do post YouTube videos, so that's a better use of your money, in my opinion. But don't do that either. Don't do that either.
Spend it. Keep the money for an offline arms event. We're gonna need it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh man, it is such a busy month next month. Ugh. Or this month. Yeah, this month.
Good. Okay, let's just make sure. I know Prince is also handling the bracket, which is good. 1-0.
All right, and for second matchup, we are going straight into DNA Lab.
Okay, so that's going to provide a bit more cover for the Min player, but the I would say that the counter of that is if you get backed into a corner on DNA, it's a really bad spot. Like, I mean, you can get cornered pretty easily.
But that's not even my main concern. So the big thing with those test tubes is they are a blessing and a curse, right? Because you can go and hide behind them all you want, but you are limiting your own view of how often Prince is going to be charging up that EMP, right? So it's going to allow him to make that easier to disable you and hop right around those tubes. Yep, just like that right there. Well, kind of just like that. That was more of being stuck in a corner in a bad place than it was the tubes, but point stands.
I like this.
Yeah, so far, again, some very aggressive plays by Prince. Having a real hard time connecting the grabs today, though. He's going for them, but they are just not connecting, but he doesn't even need it with that rush.
Boom. I'm in talks with a French streamer, might be going, because I messaged our big French streamer, and he only saw my DM now, which is a bit annoying, but
hey, it do be like that, and we're busy watching ARMS anyway, so I don't mind at all. Yeah. So far, Nat trying to find the footing and using those tubes to hide behind and try to have some defense against Prince, but it's just not working out. Prince, again, just countering the tubes, anticipating, not using
It's just very solid. Like, Prince is using he's just doing, it's very textbook, right? But it works.
Yeah, very textbook and very anticipating that Nat is going to be stuck in that corner. But we have one more round here to go.
I thought we were doing best of 3. Or are we doing best of 5 in the end?
We're doing Oh, it is best of 3. Yeah, match is over. Oh my goodness, Prince wins. Wow, that's crazy. So up next, if you want to go ahead and round up one, who is next? As I pull it back up.
Aya, darling.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and grab Aya and Mr. Table, that would be fantastic. Go ahead and bring them into the lobby.
Just making sure.
I like how all of a sudden I can no longer reply to the YouTube chatters. Like, it doesn't give me the reply option anymore. That's kind of cringe. Thank you, YouTube. All right, and we've got both Aya and our friend Table. So where are we going, gang? Where are we dropping?
So I have a question. Does Aya, darling, absolutely despise Kid Cobra? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no. Well, she used to despise Cobra, and then realized that Kid Cobra is actually kind of hot. Like, he's kind of a baddie. Like, not gonna lie, you know.
He's really fun to play. I'll say that. He's just, his movements are really fun and nice and fluid.
I'm glad you think he's fun to play. I don't think he's fun to play. I don't think he's fun to play at all.
I will say,
I don't know. There's just something about like the mobility being restricted behind charging that I just don't. I don't mess with it. Yeah.
Well, Misango and Kid Cobra are pretty opposite in terms of their styles, so.
That's true too. But I mean, at the same time, whenever I'm not playing Masango, I've been playing a little bit of Ribbon Girl lately. I like her. She's fun. Very different from Masango. So looks like we are banning DNA, Mazo, and Ribbon. And so we're going Buster. Hell yeah.
Buster? Alright.
All right, there you go, gang. Have fun. While I reset the scoreboard. I forgot to do it while wrangling everybody up. Oops.
If you want to get, by the way, Melville or Malieve, I don't remember. If you want to get her in the stream, it's fine.
Oh, do you have somewhere you need to be?
No. Just because I know she has more oomph than me at commentating.
No, you're good. You're good. It's important for the people to know you and what the team is all about. True. Very important. But we've got Aya and Table starting off with Aya, of course, playing Cobra, Mr. Table, of course, playing Twin Tail, as we normally see them do. This is a matchup that we're pretty used to seeing over on the NA side of things, and it's really fun to watch.
Well, for now, it's just throwing punches at each other.
It does be like that, because if there's anything I know about Aya, it's that she really does not want to rely on the time-tested clapback on that Cobra, right? Does not want to rely on it until it's something that is crucially needed. But even with just that big arm pressure going to Mr. Table, not really giving him a chance to farm aura at all, just like earlier in the week at the Invitational, he is having a bit of a rough time getting around those big claws.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
Why do you
also,
think
I will say,
that,
it is appropriate. It is appropriate to use these arms on Bite and Bark stage.
Yeah. Why do you think Mr. Yabuki gave Cobra such big grippers? Like, why do you think he did that?
Are you insinuating something about Mr. Yabuki?
I'm just wondering, because there's really no reason to do it, in my opinion. But that's just me. But very solid couple of grabs by Mr. Table. Very solid.
Mr. Yabuki
really
very
putting Aya
busy
back
right now.
back in her place, giving her a little taste of what he went through last round.
Yeah, now Mr. Table has the edge.
And we've got it all
Like,
nice and tied up. We
there
love
we
to
go.
see it.
Yeah. It's not like the other match, which was pretty one-sided. Oh, alright.
And Rush at the same... Wait, did I, so they rush at the same time, but it didn't knock either of them out of their rush.
Must have been a timing thing.
That's so weird. I've never seen that before. And the two of them hopping around, really still just...
This stage is kind of interesting because there's a bit of high ground. It's a very simple stage. It's not a big stage either. It's pretty small.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the one stage in the game that is banned in Japanese competitions.
I see.
I taken home the win for round 1. But yeah, Buster Beach is super banned in Japan because Max Brass just dominates, absolutely dominates. He gets you in that little no-no zone over on the far end, and you're just done.
Okay. Oh, my monitor just crashed.
And it looks like Aya is going to be banning Spring, Ramen, and DNA. Definitely really solid stages to keep Cobra off of. We're going to see a bit of an interesting matchup here because Table is taking it to Via Dulce. Now, this is going to be a really easy map for Table to go and really just do nothing but farm Aura on. For those of you who aren't super familiar, whatever Twin Tail holds in that dash or that charge ability to go and charge up her arms, she emits a time-slowing aura that makes it much harder to hit her. Makes it way easier for her to dodge out of the way of those big meaty claws Cobra's got. And there's not a lot of space on this stage to run around in, so she gets to be pretty stationary and just farm aura. So far, not really what we're seeing though. Aya trying to apply a lot of pressure to Table, but he hasn't managed to take a single hit yet, hasn't needed that aura farm. She is just throwing those arms out and not really landing anything. And I think it has to do a little bit with Kid Cobra 2, where this is just not a very good matchup for him on the stage, where he is so limited in his mobility already, being very reliant on charging it up through his charge attack, and can't really make... I just can't really make a whole lot of movement to work with. Mr. Table really just able to keep her there in that inescapable corner. She cannot move out of it. And even when she does, she goes straight into the other one right across the road.
Yeah, this stage feels really in favor of Twin Tail.
It is a super Twin Tail friendly stage. I would say more so than like typically you'll see with the stages where they offer like some form of like home field advantage that really synergizes with the character it's meant for. But I feel like this is genuinely a stage that is better for Twin Tail than it is for Lollipop. It's crazy.
Yeah. Lollipop's an interesting character because I remember at some point she used to be considered pretty good, and then she kind of had a downfall. I think Lollipop's one of those characters you just have to know how to fight against.
A little bit, and it's like one of those things where she never really had a downfall per se, but she a better character was just introduced later on down the road.
Sure.
You know what
Sure.
I mean?
That is true.
Like as soon as you have Coil, she does a majority of what Lollipop does and then more. So there's no
Sure.
reason to really, use Lollipop.
Temple Grounds.
Temple Grounds, yeah. Temple Grounds.
Your
Nice,
home
constrained.
stage.
My home stage, yeah. Yeah. Nice, constrained stage. I don't know. This one's a little bit weird because it is not quite as constrained as Via is, but still very kind of twin tail friendly with how the pillars end up getting placed. Like, it makes it really easy for her to really constantly charge whenever needed.
What is Misongo's best stage? I'm kind of curious.
He doesn't have one because Misongo's just bad.
Oh.
His Misongo's best stage is quitting the game.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, chat will back me up. They're disagreeing with what I said about Coil and Lola. Very fantastic rush by Table. Really surprised by how
I should look over on YouTube. You guys are watching on YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube chat is where it's at. That's where everyone's hanging out.
All right, so I can actually see what people are saying. There we go.
And now, second round, no pillars for either of them to hide behind. They are just going to be throwing blows, throwing punches, and really doing their best to not get backed into one of those two back corners. So far, Aya not being able to avoid the freeze and into that grab. Really devastating combo because there's just not a whole lot you can do about it. Both have the... Again, they both have their rushes charged. They go at the same time. Aya ends up winning it out and resetting it back to neutral. This is still a round where Aya can end up making a really big comeback, especially now that Table has no rush. But it is going to be a little bit harder to do since she did get backed into that corner. She's currently finding her way out, but definitely going to be a bit more of an uphill battle.
I feel like Mr. Table has the match pinned down, to be honest.
And that is a win for Mr. Table. He gets to advance further into the bracket, and we'll get to see Aya play Natrium next game she plays. Mr. Table going up against Prince a little bit later. So we're going to go ahead, get our next matchup ready. SNG and BIM, it is up to y'all.
Let's look. Folks, we've only done 7% of the matches. We have a long way to go.
Yeah, so you would think an ARMS tournament with 8 players might be like a little short, might not have a whole lot of content there for anyone who's new to the game, right? I spent a nice solid 4 hours of my life commentating an 8-player invitational a couple days ago. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a long afternoon.
I'm all for it. SNG and Beckmary. Are you guys ready? Let's look at it. Oh, by the way, I'm sure that
lobby. Oh yeah, what's good? What's up?
If you're not already on our Discord, where we're hosting these events, feel free to join in. That's where we
feel free to drop like an invite link in both of my chats. You won't get banned.
I can send you a link.
Nah, just drop them. You won't get banned. Promise. I don't have auto mod set up. That's too much work for
maybe
how
YouTube
little I actually stream.
See.
Oh, YouTube might actually. YouTube's a bit fussy.
Did that go through?
No.
Okay, well.
Let me see here.
I put it on Twitch. Okay, let's be creative. It's really hard to be creative with YouTube. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How? Okay. Why don't you try and post it? I think yours will probably go through.
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'll drop it in the YouTube chat. Yeah, I actually don't have links blocked in YouTube chat, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, this is gonna be a monthly tournament series that we're gonna be running in here. So definitely
Yeah.
good server to be in. Gonna be hosting other events for other games too. Yesterday, we ended up doing a little bit of Wizard of Legends. What else do you guys have in the pipeline? Anything after this?
Yes. So the biggest part of the team remains Smash. My boss, Igutoire, was one of the, if not the best Rob player in France or Europe, and there are a lot of top players. We have speedrunners. We have a top Ocarina of Time speedrunner. He plays blindfolded speedruns. He's insane. And we have a lot of things. We have melee events, we have Rocket League events, we have Valorant events, we have League of Legends events. We have a ton of things. Most of it is currently happening on the French side because that's where the team originates, and honestly, on the French side, it kind of, especially for Smash, it kind of dominates most of the scene. Not in terms of having the absolute top players, but more in terms of having just everyone that's not at the tippy top. And we have people that are at the top, but like basically all the people who are high level, most of them are on our team and stuff like that. So yeah, there's just a lot of events. It's currently French, but we're going international, so we've actually started the move recently, and expect to see a lot of events just happening all the time.
And that's why we're here and currently getting into things on DNA Lab. SNG starting off with Min Min, a little bit unusual for him, but he has been doing it a little bit more recently. I think his remix project changed him as a man-at-arms player. And then we've got Bim, the usual SNG main as Springman. Very, very quick first round though.
Very quick round indeed. Let's see if Pointer can. Oh, actually, my stream is probably a bit delayed. I was saying, can Pointer use Springman's abilities?
We'll see. Very solid rush, anticipating that left dash by SNG to try to dance around a little bit. The two, for a while, were really unsure what the other is going to do, just dancing around center. Very good catch by SNG, though, bringing it back to a little bit more of a neutral game, getting Bim down a little bit lower than where SNG is at currently.
Yeah, what I like about this
solid
game is
use of keeping Bim frozen to get that grab and keep some damage pressure on. I love to see that. And first match goes off to SNG. What were you saying? What do you love?
I like that this match feels much more neutral based.
It does, yeah.
Like Twin Tail, to be honest, Twin Tail versus Hit Cobra was pretty neutral based as well, but this feels like a very, because I think obviously with Friend Suite was not very, it was more advantage state based, but there are this feels good.
Yeah, it's definitely one where you know, Min Min and Springman have somewhat similar playstyles to where they don't really need to zone other characters out or you know, spend half of the time across the map, right? So yeah, it's really refreshing to see a little bit more aggressive gameplay from both sides.
Hey, let's see where we are going. Checking out the arms lobby. Is there anyone in chat who isn't playing? Oh, Luis Pringle Gaming.
Yeah,
Finally,
Pringle's
buddy.
not playing today.
I see.
I believe Pringle's not. Yeah, there's a couple of folks in chat hanging out, not playing.
Nice to see you. I also know Mr. Table speaks French. Haha.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? SNG and BIM, what y'all doing? Just checking in with them, making sure they're both still alive.
Yeah. Sometimes when I was like wondering if they had a secret chat somewhere, or maybe they're using StarGG, because StarGG has a built-in chat.
Oh, that could be that. Well,
No, they're not. They're not. They're not.
oh, they're doing it on the site. They're being good and actually using the site. They chose Buster. Very cool. So we're going
Nice.
to Buster for this next match, which I also really like given their characters, because it is just going to be a nice, fast-paced little onslaught there. All right, and getting into it, we haven't really changed things up any. SNG still playing that min-min, BIM still with that spring man. So we'll see SNG hopping into the no-no zone to get that dragon arm charge. We'll see if that ends up being a mistake, but he's able to get out just fine. BIM is pretty content with hanging back and just trying to keep a little bit of distance given how aggressive SNG's being. Very solid grab by BIM. Both
According to the
players being a
seed.
little less aggressive.
According to the seed, SNG is the second seed. Let's see. So.
Yeah, so SNG, for anyone who does not know him, the man, the myth, the legend himself, he is the arms guy on YouTube. Probably knows a little bit more about this game than just about anybody. Really solid player. Another one that really practices the core fundamentals. And is going to be pretty comfy in a majority of matchups we end up seeing today.
Did you like to see it?
There we go. So that is a round one win for SNG. He has a fully charged rush gauge. We'll see if he ends up burning it right in the beginning, so that way he doesn't lose a little bit of steam to BIM in that regard. But normally SNG's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill with that. SNG moving in to try to push BIM a little bit further into that no-no zone, where BIM really shouldn't want to end up staying. Very solid parries and deflects by BIM into a rush. Ends up whiffing it, but does keep up enough pressure to keep SNG away from him. And again, we're seeing that SNG signature of just trying to keep him frozen without actually causing that knockback. Because that's a big thing, and I think says a lot about how much SNG knows about this game. Is if you end up freezing your opponent, right, and then you just immediately hit them with another freeze, it's going to go and knock him down. SNG's goal is to not do that. It is to apply that freeze again on frame 1. So that way they just cannot move and he can keep dealing damage. Still has yet to use that rush from the very beginning of the match, though.
I'm so surprised by that.
I
thought he would have wanted to burn it quickly.
So, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because if you burn it too quickly, that's going to be a natural instinct to go and do it. And that's going to, you're going to end up whiffing it at the, at the stage all these competitors are in. But that is a match 2 win for SNG. Him moving on into the next bracket.
How many people try to camp out on time? I'm kind of curious.
It doesn't actually happen all that much.
That's good to know.
So up next, we're going to do a little bit of Alamox and Marbles as our last stage 1 match of the day.
Yeah. Winners, quarters, finals. You're all good. Marbles. Do you know who they play?
Marbles. Ooh, I just accepted a friend request from him. I should know what Marbles plays because I have played him before. It is not coming to me. It is not coming to me. We'll see. It'll be a fun, surprising matchup for everybody. All right. And they say they're going to DNA lab. I believe they've already agreed on it. So here we go.
Nice Prince is helping me out. He's doing forward. He's quicker than me. All right.
Prince, I can rely on. He does the Lord's work.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Marble plays Lollipop. I knew that.
Oh, Lollipop. Oh, that's nice. Get some Lollipop representation.
All right, and there we go. We are kicking off round 1. Alamox really trying to dominate that center.
Yeah, I think to me that the thing is, if you have stage control with this combination, you kind of win. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just a mutually exclusive thing to Max Brass either. So that's one thing that we were seeing a little bit earlier in the day with Princess Springtron. And it applies to Springman too, where all 3 of those characters are so strong in the sense that, as a core part of their movement, they are just able to knock down and deflect arms. If you're able to control that center of the stage, it doesn't really matter how your opponent tries to hide behind the pillars. They're not really going to be able to do anything.
Sure. Marbles. Okay. Try to hit back. This is a much slower game, as you'd expect from the characters in play. much more of a strategic positional game.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is really interesting considering Lollipop really tends to be a more mobile character.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a wild grab from all the way across the map. That was great. Maybe a little bit of lag? I don't know. That was crazy. Very solid shielding. Could feel it coming on from the from being frozen.
Oh, that was a big grab off the start. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Did shield, but you know Max Brass is pretty powerful, so.
Yeah, and it is Marbles is doing everything to dance around this last tube. No more tube that gets broken. Alamox says enough with that. Fight me, you coward. Both have their rushes charged up. We'll see if Marbles can knock down enough health with it to really bring that match a little bit closer.
Surprised Marbles isn't using more of Lollipop's mobility to outmaneuver Alamnox, but
well, yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's really easy to on a stage like DNA Lab where you by default have so many obstacles that would end up blocking your mobility. I think it's really easy to not adapt to having that as the match goes on, right? And we're seeing Marbles do a little character switch. He's going to be switching away from Lollipop, going into a little Springy Tron. We love to see that.
Let's see what stage we go to. Kind of curious. Springy Tron. Yeah.
Springy Tron.
Now, there's one question. If you were to make if you were to remake Springtron with the same abilities and the same, you know, statistics, but give him a different body, let's say.
A different body.
Right, not just a repainted, well, not just a different Springman.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
So I think, so he has all the same abilities. He just looks different. Like he's not a carbon copy of Springman.
Sure.
Is that the question? Okay.
No. What I mean is, I know he has slightly different abilities, right? Because he has the EMP.
Oh, I mean
and
like
stuff.
appearance-wise, like he's not a carbon.
Yeah, what I mean is,
Springman
imagine you just said, okay, we're keeping the abilities because those are different. But what if we give him a new physical appearance?
I want to see headlock on a cell, man.
All right.
Headlock on a cell. Like, let's keep it in theme. Let's keep him heavy. Let's make it a little goofy. But yeah, headlock on a cell, and he's finally his own character. In Headlock Scramble, he gets to wear himself. Yeah, so getting to see Springtron against Max Brass, a little bit more of an even matchup compared to Lollipop, I would say.
Springtron can probably use his EMP against Max a bit more, but you gotta be careful because if you misdo it, like you're gonna get punished hard with Max.
Oh, absolutely, and it's one of those things where if you know, given that Marbles has switched to Springtron, Alamox is going to be banking on that and watching for those EMPs.
Yeah,
definitely needs to be watching out for the grabs instead. Solid EMP baiting to try to get that fantastic shock into grab. I love to see that. Now, it's going to be a little bit more of a difficult match for Marbles here, going into the rest of the round. Just one little hit is going to take him out.
When you're in the corner against Brass, it's hard. Anyway.
And now Brass is down to his last 25% of health too, so he is fully charged. He's deflected, but Marbles had a plan. He ended up saving the rush, rushed him down, and took that first round.
Nice. Good use of that resource.
Absolutely. And going into round 2, we'll see if Marbles can hopefully pull off the same thing, maybe just a little bit cleaner to where it's not as dangerous. But I think Alamox is not going to let him get away with that. Alamox seems plenty angry about what just transpired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there...
Remember when...
very quick
remember
round
when Max
2
Brass
in a
was
perfect.
not a playable character and you just fought against him?
Yeah, you remember the good old days before Max Brass existed? Yeah.
Well, he existed, all right, but you just, never played as him.
Yeah, but I didn't have to play against him in competition, and that's what really made that first month of ARMS magical.
I see. What are there any ARMS you people have considered banning or something? Like, I'm just curious what ARM balance is like about.
So I mean, for the most part, no, not really. Ooh, Marble's trying to get in that rush to have a chance against Alamox, but Alamox wins
is just coming up on
with
him.
those 2 perfects.
Coming up to him, just not giving him room.
All right, so for our next matchup, we are going to see who's playing.
So, let's go over to the bracket. So, Aya Darling won against Natrium in losers. So, I haven't selected. Where do you want to go to? Guess Prince versus Table?
Prince v Table. Prince v Table.
Right, let's do that. Oopsie. Go to our bracket. Also, because we got it configured, you can even see the stream right from the bracket. Do you want to?
That's crazy.
People want to do that.
Yeah, and going back to that last match a little bit, because Mr. Table popping up in the YouTube chat, because Marbles is, I want to say, a little bit newer to the scene relatively, and he's absolutely improved a good bit from, even like when I started playing competitively in the community about a year ago, and Marbles was trashing me. It's really good to see his growth. Absolutely.
I also like that he had 2 combination of characters, right? He had Springtron and Lillipop. Lillipop definitely more mobile and Springtron more positional.
It definitely, yeah, it definitely caters to having like 2 different opponent types, for sure. But going back to your question about banning ARMS, yeah, so we've not really ever thought about banning individual ARMS themselves. There was a period where we tried out banning like Clapback Cobra specifically, like just Clapback and Guardian on Cobra.
I see.
Yeah, but we ended up dropping that. I don't really think it ended up making too much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. So everything's pretty well balanced as is. Like the ARMS that are just not good are just not going to be used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least for right now. Now, once people start playing the game and, or like a little bit more, and a meta can start developing from having some fresh blood.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, that's what I've been curious about for the last year, brother, is I want to see how that ends up shaping up.
I'm really curious because I'm also curious, like, there's a lot of ARMS, more heavier style of ARMS. Like, I totally get, like, agile ARMS are just really good in this game. for obvious reasons if you played it for some time. Ooh, Mechanica. All right. Going to Springtron stage. This is gonna be some matchup. So both can hover a bit. Twintail's is a bit more defensive, I would say, and Mechanic is slightly more offensive, but it's gonna be interesting.
Generally, yeah. So generally what you'll see is a Twintail playing a much more defensive playstyle, but that's not really what we're seeing from Mr. Table right now.
Oh no,
he's definitely
not
playing
giving Prince a chance.
No, he is not letting Prince
He knows that if he gives Prince an inch, he will go a mile.
Yeah, 100%. And that mile is normally so easy to take as Mechanica just because of how mobile and how fluid her gameplay is.
Sure, yeah.
So Mr. Table is not taking any chances today, not having it.
See if we get a defensive rush, or he's probably going to save it for next game, which would be also smart. No, tries to get it.
Yeah, doesn't even need it. Ends up just ending the game on a grab and calls that a round. And so we end up seeing the two being just as aggressive. Mr. Table, definitely not one to mess with a good thing, and runs back the same aggressive play. Prince adapted just a little tiny bit. He knows that Mr. Table is not playing defensively this go around. And is really taking the fight a little bit more back to him. Very solid rush trap by Table, getting that extra damage off of Prince there.
How are you looking forward to Arms on Switch 2 running a bit better? You still have very little information about the specifics.
That's my thing. Like, I'm interested, but I would like to know, like, what exactly. Like, are we going to get 4K? Is it going to be 1440p? Is it going to be, 120 FPS? Like, if I had some numbers, I'd be much more excited. But I'm going to be finding out day one. That's for sure.
Yeah. Although to be honest, if I'm real, the thing about Arms is that with the art style, a bump in resolution will not be that noticeable, I think. Well, it will be, but not. I think a bump in frame rate would probably be better, but we'll see.
I think bump in frame rate and give me some AA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me some anti-aliasing.
Well, we'll see how much we get for free, because it is free.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Prince,
I think also
a little bit more in the game this time. A little bit more able to avoid Table's offense.
Yeah. Yeah, he's putting up his barrage, saying no, not this time. Oh, good defense.
Really solid counterplay, avoiding all of Table's grabs for the most part so far. Really working to anticipate those. Shame neither one of those rushes connected. If they did, it would have been a game over for Table there. But now Prince just needs one more hit to win the round and take the match. Then there it is.
Oh god, the rush hard. Mechanica is one of those powerful characters where even if you're shielding a rush, you can still get hit a bit. Oops. It's closer than I would have expected. There we go. Marbles has a Ness. I'm wondering if do you play Ness in Smash? Just wondering. It's gonna be 7K.
Yeah, the game resolution.
Oh, Celica says it's
7K.
gonna be 7K.
Yeah.
That is alright.
Can you imagine 7K 30 FPS? Let's go. Let's go.
To be honest, try to put my computer scientist hat. per second. Just trying to see. It's really hard. If ARMS was more optimized, probably with DLSS you could do something like that. But you'd have to be really trying. And I'm not so sure Nintendo's gonna be really trying. As unfortunate as that is.
Yeah, I just don't know that the dock could really output it either. But
No, dock can't. Dock can't. It's not really. It's more of a. Does the Switch do have the power requirements? I think if ARMS was slightly more optimized, yes. With DLSS, otherwise no shot.
Speaking of optimization, can we talk about this first round matchup and how? Oh my God! Did you see that grab into that rush off of the trampoline? That was insane.
Mr. Table, like, just coming at him, like.
That was so insane of Prince. The optimization on that. Oh my gosh.
That was a quick game.
This is why I love ARMS. That is so good. That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Also, interesting stage choice.
It is, isn't it? Because it's very... I don't know. I feel like it's very neutral to both characters, but... yeah,
I don't feel like a lot of these characters
in theory
really
could have a little bit of an advantage, but Table is just not letting him. Very solid rush, knockback onto the trampolines with the extra 20 chip. Ooh, we love it.
Yeah, the trampolines are definitely the interesting part of this stage, but I don't feel like these maybe Twin Tail a bit, but I don't feel like most of these characters can really take advantage of them.
Definitely not. Absolutely, your more aerial characters, minus Coil, like Ribbon Girl, Mechanica, Twin Tail, they're all gonna have a spring day.
He's so slow.
No, it's not even that. It's she literally can't jump on the trampoline.
Oh right, I forgot she doesn't. She can't.
Yeah, she doesn't touch the ground. Can't do it.
Well, we need something to stop her.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that aura farming did not work out in the way that Table wanted it to. I got to see that. I saw the glove slow down, and it was just there right in the face. But that leads us into a Prince win for that matchup. He's going to be advancing into winner's final. Oh my goodness. Oh my good golly goodness. And Table is, oh man, that's crazy. He's going to be playing, oh, not Aya. No, actually, that's going to be, never mind. He's going to play yet to be decided. SNG, my man, you already know. Alumox, you already know. Yeah, hop in here.
They got the bracket up. So just catching up for people who don't know, we have losers round. We're not streaming losers round just yet. Aya Darling just beat Natrium before the Prince set started. And Bemcray and Marbles are fighting, and Bemcray's up 1 game currently. We'll see where that goes. Go. And Aya Darling will be playing the loser of SNG versus Alamox.
So after this match, we could probably head down into losers for a hot second. Yeah. All right, and we're going into DNA Lab. You know, the other day during the Invitational, there was a point where everybody just wanted to go randoms, and I had to commentate DNA Lab like 4 times in a row. I was so close to crashing out, dude. I was so close.
Look, it's but you know what's funny is we see DNA Lab a lot, but we don't see Helix that much.
Yeah, well, Helix is so here's the thing with the ARMS community, right? And y'all are gonna be mad that I'm saying it, but y'all do not like the super technical characters, right? Like Helix, is a really good
Masango,
character if you know
Helix,
what to do with him.
Biden Boar.
Masango is too complicated for anyone to want to try to figure him out. Biden Bark is actually just kind of cringe. But I do think this is a very interesting parallel to a match a little bit earlier.
Oh,
yeah, where we saw Lola and a Max Brass, and Alamox is definitely having a harder time against SNG's Lola Pop for sure. Both have their rushes, but none are ready to commit. Oop. There it is, and Alamox gets the rush, ends up catching SNG, so that way SNG's is just completely burned. Now, SNG, if he gets Alamox down to that 25% mark, I hope he has a plan to burn right through his phase, because I know he definitely doesn't have a rush.
You know, actually, my brother mains Helix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's one of the few. But he's fun to play. He's fun to play.
Yeah, no, he's really fun to play. Yeah. I wish we saw more of the weird characters, but that is a round 1 for Alamox.
Do we have any Riven players?
Sometimes.
I see.
Both pretty content to just stay in the middle to try to get that first initial control of the stage. Alamox trying to get that rush, getting 70 off it. But
Alamox is playing right. Like he has max press. He's like standing in the middle, just controlling the stage. That's what you need to do with max brass.
Yeah,
Lola Pop on a normal stage would have the mobility to kind of try to weave her way in. But it's the NA Stadium is pretty. It allows Max Press to kind of shut down a lot of options. I will say
it does. A bit of a shame. SNG definitely could have had that rush there if it weren't for that knockdown. Shame. I feel like that's a big problem with this matchup, and with how SNG is playing at the moment, is that SNG is getting himself into situations where he would have the grab or he would have the rush, but he's just not accounting for the knockdown he receives like a second before. And a solid, clean match win by Alamox.
boom. Let's see if we get a character change. Let's see if we get Midman out of SNG.
If I know SNG, and I feel like I do, he'll go Springman. He'll change to Springman.
Springman. Okay.
All right, and we're taking it to Scrapyard.
Scrapyard. I am surprised. Surprised that is a legal stage.
Hey, there's that Springman I was talking about. Do I know SNG or what? I know what's up. Yeah, no, Scrapyard surprises me that it's illegal every single day. But that's why it's a counter pick. That's why it's a counter pick, everybody. Yeah. If we banned every weird stage, there would be no stage to play on.
Oh no, it's good. but Scrapyard is definitely a stage where you can have there's definitely you can be in a position that's quite different from your opponent.
You can. But I think the big thing with it, and you just saw it with SNG, is you really have to earn that high ground spot in order to have that advantage, right? And you can give it up so easily too.
It's not like the Ninjara stage where you just start at the top and just stay there.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's definitely one of those where you really have to earn your top spot there.
Also, it's not that big of a stage.
It's
Like,
not. It's not in reality, no. So it's like one of those things where, you know, that top ledge can offer an advantage, but it's not a huge one. It's really, really not.
yeah.
But now that they've broken both pillars, SNG is going to be a little bit happier to be up there, because that's going to be the most cover that the stage ends up providing now for really the rest of the match. So we'll see if either player really fights to be up there.
SNG using his Springman ability here to his fullest. There we go.
And that's going to be pretty big this matchup, especially with that, really with that exploding arm on Brass. Because like you just saw, one wrongly timed rush or one wrongly timed parry, and that is going to get him caught in an explosion anyway.
Oh, yeah. Do we know
solid
who was...
rush from Geta.
Do we know who voiced Biffa during the directs?
No, and it's a very hotly disputed topic. Little does anyone know, it was actually me, canonically.
I see. The guy who voiced Biffa did a pretty good job. I liked his.
I do too, and I am gonna lose it as soon as a Nintendo Direct happens and I hear the voice. Like the video starts fading and I hear the voice,
you know when you hear it.
Yeah. Just like how you know SNG's having a rough time. He ended up backing himself into that corner, didn't really work out well, and it shows. And now we'll see SNG try to put Alamox in that same position. Already moved himself out of that corner. We'll see if he can get him into that other one over on the other side. Yep. SNG is content to let Alamox stay right there. He is not moving at all. There. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see Alamox go for the grab to end that rush. I thought that was going to be over. That was going to be Alamox stuck in a corner.
Oh yeah, that was impressive.
Just like that little smacky smack to the face, and we have a tied up match. SNG and
also
next round.
I just want to say GG to Marbles. Thanks for having shown up. You did great.
GG's Marbles. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching and staying. God bless.
Just for those wondering why I said that, it's because Mr. Tables is fighting Bemcray. Bemcray won against Marbles.
All right, fun matchup. We're going to Ribbon Ring.
Ribbon Ring. All right.
We're going to Ribbon Ring.
We're pulling out all the unusual stages.
We playing a little goofy today. We feeling good today out here. You know what I'm saying? But this is a really odd choice for both Brass as well as Springman. Because they are just not characters that can really make use of those square platforms all that well. Granted, either one of them could, in theory, end the match before they get to that point. But they're both being so defensive with no one really taking a hit off each other. There's our first few cubes. Alamox has a completely disabled left arm, and SNG goes for the smack to freeze knockdown.
It is coming.
Very excellent grab by SNG all the way across the map as Alamox is rolling to get up.
No,
fantastic timing.
This match is rare. This matchup has been highly technical, and that like this.
Yeah, it is a little bit, because it's one of those where, like I said earlier, both characters are so similar in their core fundamentals, right? To where you really have to, in order to succeed, it's gonna be the better of the two technical players who can be a little bit more technical better.
Yeah. Let's see. We can get a win. Can SNG do it? He has the rush. Probably saving it for game 2.
SNG don't need that rush. He's gonna go all of round 2 without it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. He doesn't need it. He doesn't want to use it until he uses it right there.
Yeah.
Nice little bit of chip damage, though. I feel like Alumox really felt it coming. And now SNG really has to worry about a rush of his own to counter. Doesn't seem to be too worried, though, with how open that grab was. Really risky play. Really risky play.
You know, SNG plays a lot of characters. It's fun to see.
He does. And they're all in that same vein of being really kind of like fast-paced and technical, like Springman, Min, Lollipop. And it's really fun how easily he can adapt to the current matchup.
Let's see. Probably might be it. Are we going to see another rush just to close it out? No, not even. Just a punch.
Just a little punchy punch. And there we have it with one win for SNG.
All right. So, SNG will be fighting Prince in a little bit. But before that, we're going to have... So Mr. Table and Bemcray are already fighting, but we could also just look at Alum Nox versus Darling.
Let's do it. I think that's fun.
Also, that is some mashup. Just saying.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be such a fun matchup.
I was like, that's Mr. Mobility versus Mr. like Toughness. So let's see how it goes.
Actually, hold that thought. It seems like SNG and Prince want to play, so that's what we'll do.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Natrium. Wait, Natrium I think is... Right. For those wondering, we have done 57% of matches and 38% of the total rounds. Let's see where it takes us.
And this is going to be, this next matchup here between SNG and Prince is going to be winner's final, leading us into grand finals. And then if Alamox, Darling, Mr. Table, and Bim are all done, we'll go ahead and watch loser's semifinal, and we'll close out with, loser's final and grand final. We'll see what we can catch.
Let's see if we get a reset, too.
I would like it if we don't get a reset personally.
let's
don't get me wrong. They're hype, but I work overtime. I'm union.
Yeah. You know, actually it's funny because I saw like if the in the other event in the PyrOlympics, for those curious, because there was the Wizard of Legends tournament yesterday, and actually got a reset. And it's funny because winners finals was won by Cerberus, and then Just Jaden just won both grands and reset, which is quite impressive. All right, we are going to look at Prince versus SNG. Prince, obviously. Oh, well, maybe not obviously. Let's think. Are we going to see... Okay, so probably Springtron or... Sodium got denied.
Well, we're going to DNA lab, so I can tell you
DNA lab
this
again.
means that we're most likely going to see Springman and Springtron if I know these two like I think I do. Maybe one of them bursts out Lollipop. Maybe. Oh, I'm wrong on all accounts, actually. Just this one Springtron. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries. But I do like it. Watching SNG play Min is a really nice change of pace to really just seeing him play Springman all the time. I love it. Prince trying to bait out with that EMP and just not getting it. But this
that is an interesting arms choice for Min. I like it.
It is. And this matchup is always really fun to watch play. Because Prince and SNG are fairly good friends, right? So they know each other very well. They play against each other often. They know the insides and outs of each other and how to really counter each other effectively, as we're seeing with the punches are flying, but nobody's taking a hit, right? Because they just know what each other is going to do. We'll see who's first to pop the rush if either one are bold enough to try to predict it. Oh, there it is. There's Prince. He knew exactly what to do, catching SNG out at the end of that dash there.
Boom.
And both of them just dancing around that pillar where that pillar used to be a little bit. Prince really aiming to control the middle of the stage. SNG letting him think he has it and returning a rush right to the face instead. Prince, if he gets hit one more time, it is game over for round one, or SNG can go ahead and stall out this timer and win it within the next 4 seconds. Doesn't need to, though. He ends up landing that hit and gets that round one win.
These two seem pretty evenly matched, which is nice to see.
Yeah, they are so even, it's scary. I'll tell you, like, the Min is fun, and it's really nice to see. But it's always a delight, I think, whenever they go Springman and Springtron. You know, a real man versus machine matchup, because they are so just so equal. And SNG really, he knew that Prince was going to go and try to bait out that EMP. So using that time while he's doing it to go and charge up that Dragon Arm, exemplary example of knowing the matchup. Very.
Yeah, I could feel it too. The EMP charging. Prince is trying to get a bit, I don't want to say desperate, but he is looking for something to turn the tides right now.
Yep, but that is A-OK.
I wonder if we'll see Coil, but
match two. I don't think so. I don't think
so, because Coil feels like a really bad matchup, to be honest.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even that. But it's Prince plays Coil as a sign of disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and I think he just respects SNG a little too much to do that. But we'll see. Prince also hates me on a personal level. So like, now that I've said that, he'll go and play Coil.
The ball's in your court, Prince. Ibuki is busy right now. I hope we can make him busy with arms too. That'd be nice.
Please, let's be real. So Mario Kart World, right? We know it started development in like 2017, right?
Yeah.
Went through a Switch 2 overhaul in 2020. It is now 5 years later. Let's be real and call it what it is. They've been sitting on that game for a while, which means ARM's team is probably freed up to have been working on ARMS 2 for a hot minute
That
now.
is true. We might see it next year.
That's what I'm saying. 2026, ARMS 2.
Like, to be honest, it feels like it's not a logical guess from me. It's more like I've seen Nintendo's. It's always a bad idea to try to predict Nintendo, but I've seen them for a long time, and just something in my head is saying they would do that.
2026. It'll be the year, and in June, we'll have a Nintendo Direct. They'll announce a Dragon Drive Direct. Featuring ARMS 2. It'll be the ARMS featuring Splatoon Curse before the vehicle game. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm curious though, what do they do for a sequel?
I think more refinement, more arms, more characters, more stages. That's all you need to do. That's it.
Or rather than all you
story.
want them to do.
Well, that too. But we're getting away from ourselves a little bit. Prince really making sure SNG stays in that no-no zone. SNG very content with being there too. But it's not really as bad of a spot to be in as long as you aren't up against a max press.
Is there I would assume also. I'm trying to think if there's any other character that likes to be in that no zone.
It's really just max brass for the most part that loves putting you in there. I could see where Cobra could absolutely benefit from it a little bit, just given his bigger arm size, right? And how strong his grabs are. But it's primarily brass. SNG has the rush ready, but yeah, he's going to go ahead and save that for next round. He's forced to a little bit by that grab from Prince. He just could not dodge it in time.
I like the use of Lollipop to maneuver around.
I do too. It's always fun watching Lola get to be a little bit more mobile and actually really getting to shine with what she can do. Essentially being a very, very mobile shield, right? And Prince, up until that rush, giving SNG a lot of opportunity to go and get the grab that he just never capitalizes on because he knows Prince is going to punish it in some way. Very solid rush by SNG, bringing the match back to a little bit more of a comfortable, little bit more even level. It's really amazing to me watching these two play, just how little movement they actually engage in a majority of the time, but they're still able to avoid each other to a fairly large extent, all while still being incredibly aggressive. Prince taking that match, and we're going to a round 3.
Yeah, back. Doing some little admin there. Okay, Lollipop, so probably Springman?
I don't know. I can't really see... I don't see SNG changing the matchup. I'll say that.
That's weird, because I feel like Min Min is a bit slower. But maybe... I don't know, we'll see. arms and legs edition. You all think they're gonna do arms and legs, and that's exactly why they're not gonna do it.
Well, so that is like going back to the Arms 2 talk from earlier while these two are deciding on their stage, right? One thing that I would love to see is because so like the one way you could have like distinctive movesets in this game, which is something I know a lot of people asked for, right? Like more variety in the combat, which I get, right? But I think you could very easily take the movement, right, and integrate that a little bit more into like the act of throwing a punch. So like, for example, with how kind of like how Ribbon Girl spins during her double jump. Why can I not like unleash an attack during that spinning animation and have her be like a helicopter, essentially? You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. Yeah. That's a cool idea that I think mixes things up without actually being like crazy. And now we're going into our last match here. SNG did actually, they both changed the match, or no, just SNG changed the matchup. Playing Springman against Prince's Lola Pop. Seems to be having a hard time actually getting in and doing any kind of damage, though.
We are still also seeing Master Mummy's stage. Wonder if Prince ever picks out Master Mummy?
No. No. We don't see a whole lot of mummies here in North America. There are a couple here and there. One ended up winning a larger event earlier on in the year. But no, we don't see him too often. And Prince is normally a bigger fan of these more aggressive but lighter and mobile characters, for sure.
Against Master Mummy, it's simple. Just don't get grabbed.
Honestly, don't get grabbed, don't get hit. As soon as you do either of those things, it's game over.
I think one of my favorite things about Mummy is just his ability to heal while he's standing. Anyway, so going back to the match, it's pretty even. I like that SNG has a bit of the edge. Really back and forth.
He has a little bit of the edge, especially now that his arms are permanently charged due to being at super low health. But
gonna go on time.
He ends up getting caught by that rush at the last possible second and hands Prince the round win. That is insane. That is crazy.
That was close because time was ticking there.
Time was ticking. And one thing about like Springman's arms being permanently charged like that at the last bit of health, right, is, you know, that extra charge. It applies those elemental abilities and they're a little bit more powerful, sure. But they're also a little bit faster when they are charged up. So it makes it a lot, there's a lot more to avoid a lot more quickly than you would have to do. Very solid grab by Prince. Really looking for that opening in that Salamander curve by SNG. I'm really surprised that we see like SNG falling back or like keeping as much distance as he does. Because it leads to situations like that where he just really opens himself up to either a grab or a rush from Prince and ultimately ends up paying for it. But now we see him back in that permacharge mode. He ends up avoiding that grab with a rush of his own. And if he can get one last hit off of Prince, nope, can't do it. Prince ends up taking the round and advances to Grand.
We will probably be seeing these two later on, if you know what I mean.
That is a possibility, I guess, because yeah, SNG is going to be taking a visit to Losers Semifinals with, Losers Final. And up next, we're going to get to see Losers Semi once it is up and ready. We're going to see the winner of Alamox and Aya Darling against Mr. Table. Aya might have a little bit of a revenge match.
All right. So we are gonna get. So, Darling and Alumox are still fighting.
Yeah, they are still. Yeah, so they are going. They are schmoving. So as
Do you
soon
want
as
to
they
take a look at semifinals? I don't know where they are at in their match.
Well, so that is yeah, so I mean I can't really see. They haven't reported results yet. So I think they started not too long ago.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're in the first match. So, I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with everybody. Oh, I think we got some word. Alamox ended up winning.
Oh. All players need to report. Let me go into.
I believe they just finished up. Just finished up.
Okay. Oh yeah. Themes. Okay, they are reporting now.
And so rest of this should be pretty straightforward. We'll be going through
Good run,
loser's
Darling.
semifinal. Loser's final, then grand final. Yeah, fantastic run, Aya. Fantastic run, Aya.
We just got Mr. Table, Alamox, and SNG and Prince left.
And now that I have their names set up there, we hope and pray that the game does not make me reverse them. I think that's like my biggest issue with ARMS is I have no idea who is going to be like which side until they start the match.
Sure.
That's my biggest gripe. And that's really more just me and more of like a technical streamer thing. But it's annoying. It's just really annoying. You guys have no idea.
And the solution to that, oh wow. Yeah, there would be a hacky.
The follow Planet Scrapstar / Malieve. I'm amazed you weren't yet, but that's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Oh,
Thought you were all a tight-knit community. Ooh, Mr. Table in voice chat with Alamox.
Okay, we're going to DNA lab. So we should end up getting to see some pretty standard Twin Tel versus Max Brass sets, especially on DNA Lab. We'll see if Alamox can be as controlling over that center stage as they have been over the course of the last few matches. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher time against Twin Tel, though.
Yeah. It's going to be a different pace.
And Table immediately trying to push Alamox into that back corner there, but Alamox fighting the way out, using that explosive to really create a little bit of room to get close to that center stage. Yeah, Table does not want to give him that room.
And also, he does not want Max to have stage control on DNA Lab. It's just...
No, absolutely not. This is something where Table absolutely needs it to be a Table world, so Table can farm as much ore as possible. But Alamox said no. Not gonna happen. I don't care for your aura farming today. But maybe with the second round, Table can successfully defend that center a little bit better. Does currently have a rush that he could use to pop at any point if he did need that little bit of help. But we'll see if he ends up needing it. Taking out all of the pillars on the left side there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, gonna be pretty empty. A lot less to hide behind.
Cool detail,
Very solid rush.
It's a cool detail that they preserve the stage between the matches.
It is, yeah.
Okay, now it's basically an open ring with Max Alamox just trying to get slightly high ground. Okay, table.
See, Alamox hitting that shield not just to avoid the hit, but just to take that one little bit of extra chip damage to go and bring up that super powered buff mode, right?
Yeah.
And man,
Yeah, you don't want to be playing Brass when he is low.
Yeah. Yeah, very rough bit of play. Because if Brass can go and get that little bit of chip damage, like he just did, then it is going to really just serve to make it a harder time on you as his opponent. Because you probably didn't walk in there with a plan for that.
Next up.
Next up, Spring Stadium.
Best of 3. It's an interesting stage choice again for this matchup.
It is. I definitely think that it's one that could end up favoring Twintel way more, for sure. Because with those extra trampolines for that extra air mobility, really all around the stage, it could end up being a big boon. But Alamox is not content to let that happen. Starts off very strong, just controlling the stage, making sure Table really can't do much of anything or go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this stage, I think, also is that it's a pretty small stage, right? So if you're Max Brass and you're kind of controlling it, it can be hard to... Well, you have to dodge with the trampolines.
A little bit, yeah, and it makes it incredibly hard for Max's opponent whenever Max is actually getting to use that charged up chakram, because every time that gets hit, it is just like a little stun, but that is a stun that can be easily spammed, and he is gonna be getting grabs off of you all day, every day. And we see Table fighting back against it a little bit, ending up getting that throw onto the trampoline, into the rush, into the extra 20 chip damage. Very great play by Table. Fantastic play.
You need it.
I think that round, it really goes to show Mr. Table really using the stage and the matchup to its fullest to go in with a plan to just decimate and really just neuter Alamox's offensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's one of those things that we're seeing right now with this being, one match in and then 2 rounds into the second match, where these players are now so tuned to each other where, well, never mind. I was going to talk about how even they were, but Alamox, again, going in with the plan to go and get that grab and capitalizing on it with that rush, very, very solid timing. And that is a win for Alamox. We are going to be going into losers final, seeing SNG versus Alamox. And, then going into grands.
Thanks for playing, Mr. Table.
Fantastic run. I always love watching you.
We have our Canadian friends. SNG is here. Yeah, so now we have SNG versus Alamox. The rematch.
The rematch. Oh, yeah. They did play earlier. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Alamox is the reason SNG is here. And I'm sure SNG wants to be the reason Alamox stays behind after that.
DNA Lab.
DNA
Again.
Lab. Man,
All makes sense.
they love DNA Lab.
Let's
all right,
see
gang, enjoy. Have fun.
We got DNA Labs, Scrapyard, and Temple Grounds the first time.
All right, and we're seeing SNG knowing that Alamox is going to pull out that Max Brass one more time. SNG just going straight to the Springman. No time for Min, no time for anything else. Just straight Springman. And the SNG so far doing a really good job of controlling where Alamox is going, making sure he was staying in the center of stage, so Alamox is stuck in that corner behind that pillar, not really able to do all that much. Now that he's let free, though, we'll see if SNG can gain that advantage back. But both of them are doing fairly well at avoiding each other just enough to not take damage. But it's really solid SNG on that disabled arm to get that rush off.
I like it. Oh. Ooh.
And so this is where it gets really tricky for SNG, just because not only does, just like Springman, Max Press end up getting those permanently charged arms, but now he can also end up getting that extra reflect whenever he dashes, right? So it's very hard, very dominating if you don't go in with a plan for it, but SNG's not phased. He knows the matchup pretty well and ends up getting that first round dub. Alamox going in right away with a very solid rush, catching SNG by surprise. It's actually really interesting how easily Alamox is allowing themselves to be put into that corner after being so controlling, so dominating in every matchup on DNA before this. It's just like SNG knows exactly what Alamox wants and is not going to let him have it. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, solid rush. We're now at the point where these are both supercharged Titans, and just one hit is going to end up doing it. There it is for Alamox.
I think Max Brass gets his charge at a bit of a lower state, which makes sense.
No, it's the same percentage.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Yeah, it is a quarter health, 25% for both characters, as well as Springtron does not get the same. Same buff.
Thank goodness. By the way.
Yeah, that'd be insane. These two are already bad enough as is. Fairly even matchup.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice seeing Springman being the default character, having some nice attributes. All right, back to the match. We have that rush in play.
There we go. There is one match point for SNG. We love to see it. And so
That was
if
clean.
SNG can cleanly win this next matchup, he's going to go on to face Prince once again in the grand finals for today.
Well played. It's going quickly, you guys.
And we're running it back to Spring Stadium.
Spring Stadium. All right. Go. SNG's thinking about Prince.
Yeah, and I feel this matchup, if SNG can win it, is some really solid practice for that next matchup. Because just like Prince, Alamox is very technical, very dominating, really plays very, very similarly to where, man, there was no hesitation with that grab. But that is exactly what I'm talking about with how just dominating Alamox ends up being.
Interesting arm choice here. Especially from Max Brass.
Well, so I'll tell you, this is a pretty standard set for Max, and the reason for that is with that Chakram, as soon as he hits you, you're going to get stunned for about half a second, but that half a second is about all he needs to give you a grab. It is obnoxious, it is terrible to play against, and if he can't get that grab against you, you're probably getting exploded while you're stunned. So it is a classic loadout. Now, SNG, with his loadout, is a little bit more non-traditional, I would say. So, the Manders, the Slamamander and Slapamander, are both arms that have been catching on a little bit more within the community. A lot of people ended up avoiding them just because of how iffy they can be during a rush. But if you know how to land it, it is a really solid choice for a curved arm.
And I feel also like those arms are pretty good at catching you when you're falling and stuff.
They are, just like we were seeing right there with that rush. SNG is just able to go and get that hit off of Brass landing, about to be knocked down, and it gets him the round 1 win.
Wonder what Alamnock's game plan is here, if it's changing or not. Probably not. Just try to... It's tough. Well, it's tough also, like, being in the corner with Max.
See,
probably doesn't want to get grabbed.
It's almost... It's tough being in the corner with any character. But even then, like, the corner with Brass is not so much a trap as much as it is just like a tool to continue being dominating, right? Because really, no matter where he is...
kind of like on the Bite and Bark stage, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And see, just like that, normally that edge or that corner of the stage is going to be a bad position to be in. SNG ultimately ends up taking the win, but for a moment there, Alamox was making the most out of a bad placement, bad situation. So SNG is going to go ahead and advance to grand final, and we are going to see Prince SNG one more time for today as part of our grand finals.
Thanks, Alamox. You had a big run. And we're getting grand finals. Last time we had a pretty diverse set of characters. Let's see what we get this time. We might just start off with the same combination, though. Hello, Planet Scrapstar. We are almost done.
Just
Place your bets.
Oh, betting. Yeah, you know what? Tell you what, actually, yeah. Twitch chat. Who loves gambling? I know I do.
Okay.
Let me see.
I hope there are no minors with us.
No, minors yearn for gambling. They yearn for it.
Someone commented. Oh, right. Here. Your grand final. So, Prince versus SNG. Either we get the same Springman versus Springtron, or we get Lollipop straight away. I'm curious.
We'll see the Springy boys. That's what I'm feeling.
All right. Let's see.
And there is a little fun prediction over on the Twitch chat right now, over on twitch.tv/BrettWils. For the next 5 minutes, you can bet who's going to win, Prince or SNG. So far, it is... SNG is picking up, but it is pretty heavily in favor of Prince. But we're slowly getting to a 50-50 zone. It is 60 Prince to 40 SNG.
Ooh, called it.
Well, we saw one of the Spring Boys, so I mean, that's pretty cool. But yeah, one Lollipop versus one Spring Boy. Very interesting. The Prince starts out the match with a grab. Oh, what about our friend the Slapamander, the Slamamander?
I said both have it.
Oh yeah. See, it's a good arm. It's a really good arm.
We have a pretty similar setup. The only difference I'm noting is the effects on the punch arm. Slightly different.
Yeah, slightly different. You know, Prince is going for just that straight knockback and a little bit more damage. Yeah. Whereas SNG wants to freeze you. He wants to stop you from moving so that way he can grab or rush you. And there is nothing wrong with either one of those approaches.
Totally. Yeah, VRC6 in chat.
Let's go.
They're both your friends. That is so sweet and nice.
I'll gladly pick favorites every day of the week, and my favorite is...
I know exactly who's your favorite.
Myself. I'm conceited. So anyway, so straight into the bracket, they, again, just like we were seeing earlier, pretty in tune with each other's movements and what they're going to do. Both almost kind of like equally controlling that center stage where just nothing else really matters to them, because neither one's going to end up leaving. Very solid shield to protect against that rush by SNG. He does have a rush of his own that he could bust out at any point if he could catch that Lola before or after she's done hopping around. But Prince is making a really hard time for him.
Their names are backwards, but it's not that big of a deal.
No, that's a big deal. That's gonna bug me.
I'll keep talking. So we have SNG trying to make the most use out of his Springman form, but it is, I think, a bit hard considering how low he is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna clutch something. Let's see. No, he does not. It is 1-1. No, not even like Prince takes game
solid,
1.
Yeah, solid Prince win for game 1.
You're gonna be so mad if they switch spots again.
You know, it would be no. So like it's weird because the game assigns it randomly, but after it assigns it the first time, it's just there. It just is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just mildly annoying. But yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see what happens with this next match. Of course, if Prince wins it, that is the end of the show. Prince is the winner and wins a whole whopping $5 dues, $5
Yeah.
in a freedom money. Pretty crazy.
That is something.
That is something. That is 1/110th of a Switch 2 with Mario Kart World bundle.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that Thursday. Hope. I wonder how many Switch 2 pre-order people do we have in chat?
Yeah, where's all our... This is going to be my last ARMS tournament commentating on the Nintendo Switch 1. That's crazy.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of okay. Let's talk about the map first, because this may very well be our last one.
Oh,
SNG grab that. Just a reminder for everyone.
If SNG can bring this around and win these next 2 matches, we do have a bracket reset and have to do this whole thing over again. Godspeed.
Oh yeah. Which will excite the viewers, but you know, tire out the commentators. I'm kidding.
Now, what was your news alert that you were trying to give?
I kind of forgot, to be honest. It's fine. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, no. What I was saying is, I'll be careful. I'm still like, once I get my Switch 2, I want to see other people go through the Switch 1 to 2 conversion process. Not because I don't trust Nintendo, but it's just that kind of thing where,
I'll let you know.
As a software engineer, it's the kind of thing where you can try to make it work, but it's just until millions of people have it in the wild, it's hard to just get it all right.
I'll let you know, big guy. But we're seeing, in the time we were talking about our Switch 2 fears, Prince was down a good bit, ended up bringing it back pretty well. But it just wasn't
he was
enough
his back against the wall there.
Yeah. It was rough for a second. Now, if SNG can win this next match, this next round, we're looking SNG win, so we'll see if he can keep up the steam. But looks like Prince is not too keen to let that happen.
No, Prince wants his money. He wants it now.
Prince cares not about the money. Prince just wants the glory. He is here for the valor. He is here for the win, and that is all he cares about.
I like that. He would not attack a defenseless opponent. True warrior code.
He would still attack a defenseless opponent.
No true warrior's ways. I'm kidding.
No. I've played Prince. He's given me psychic damage before, because it's just, if you put me in an ARMS lobby against either one of these two, it is literally coughing baby versus nuclear warhead, right?
I see.
And I'm the baby, of course. There's a reason I'm in the booth. Very solid zoning. That, kind of interesting. I know, like, SNG was down a good bit more, but it's always interesting to see these two in particular really take a different approach from their, typical non-stop aggression and just do their best to zone each other out.
Yes. I like their use of the stage, too. I feel it's been, what you'd expect out of these two players.
For sure. And I like seeing them on the stage in general, and especially using those blocks with characters like these two, or specifically Springman, not even Lollipop, because she is a bit more mobile aerially. But those blocks can be a very make or break thing for Springman, more often than not breaking than it is making. So yeah, definitely, especially against a Lollipop, definitely a harder match for SNG to come back on.
Smart stage choice.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is close.
And it's really, so, very, very good dodge overall from that rush. Ended up taking a little bit of damage, but not as much as he could have. But normally, like, this matchup is so interesting to me, because normally you would expect to see Lollipop trying to control the center where those blocks are. To really take advantage of our aerial mobility, but we end up seeing the reverse, where SNG has just been locking down that center in order to secure the win.
Nice win. 1-1. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was done. The match was over. I declared SNG the winner. And so, like I said, one more match. If Prince wins this, he just wins. If SNG wins, then we have a nice little match reset, and we get to do grand finals again.
SNG is not taking risks. He's especially that last bit of that last game, he was very defensive for understandable reasons.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we're going to continue to see into this next matchup here. Because if there's one thing that Prince is really good at countering, it is, you know, like oppositional offensive play. Kind of like what SNG... I was surprised SNG got that throw off there right at the beginning. But when it comes to like a more defensive play style, it's just a little bit harder for Prince to counter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. I make sense. So Lillipop wants to Lillipop chose this, and it makes sense for mobility reasons why you would choose this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one where Lola really just gets to dance around and play, but at the same time, there's not exactly a whole lot stopping Springman either, though. Again, we end up seeing a very neutral, very neutral gameplay from him up until, Prince can successfully land that rush. Of course, if SNG can avoid getting hit, he can bring it back if he sees an opportunity for that rush of his own. But it is going to be a really tricky, really dicey position for SNG to be in as he tries to close in, just to get a little bit of damage off of Prince. And there's the grab. There's no way out of that. And Prince ends up taking the first round.
Yep.
I think SNG now, with this being round 2 of what is possibly their last match, definitely being a little bit more aggressive than he's been in previous matches. It's interesting that he's left off the gas of being so defensive, like in previous matchups against Prince.
Yeah, he needs it. But Prince
very solid rush, very good rush to shut down that grab. But now I feel like both players are just in that zone where, SNG is maybe just a little bit too close, or was. You see now that he's down on his health, he's fallen back a little bit more, a little bit harder to hit. But definitely got too close, took too much damage really early on. So now game plan is just sitting there, throwing out punches to build up that rush meter before Prince can. So that way, hopefully, he can end up landing this rush to win the round. There we go. That's what it's all about.
See, very defensive from Prince. Makes sense.
And so now we end up going into the last round of Buster Beach, and this one is going to be really winner takes all for the most part.
It's going to be game match.
Well, maybe if Prince wins, it's game match. But I mean, if SNG wins,
well, there's a whole lot more.
We got to do this again. Both playing much more aggressively this match. Oh, yeah.
Are there any ARMS players who really struggle in winners, but just when they are back, they have their back against the wall and losers just pull out and just become
Yeah, I'd say honestly, I would consider a lot of players to be in that zone where like everyone is. There we go. Prince wins it. Prince,
Well done,
congratulations
Prince.
on your
You
win.
win. Boom. Stream's catching up on my end.
And that marks Prince as the winner of the very first PyrOlympics. I don't know if PyrOlympics itself is going to be like a recurring thing, but winner of PyrOlympics, winner of $5 dues. Yeah.
I've let my boss know. I'm also gonna say GG's to everyone. Thanks for having come to this first edition. GG's. As a reminder, you can find us on our Discord. If you are French, it will be much more active, but we are moving international.
There is an English-speaking Discord. That's where it's always held.
And yeah, there's gonna be a ton of events, and we're just gonna be trying to throw all our punches to get arms to
I see what you did
to
there.
get more mainstream attention.
I see what you did there, throwing out all the punches. I see you. I see you. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Whether you were a player, a watcher, a hate watcher, you know, whatever your thing is, I don't judge you. I just appreciate you for coming out. So that is going to be it for us today. Like Yosh was saying, make sure to join the ARMS Central Discord server. There's going to be links to both of these posted in the chat, but the ARMS Central Discord server, of course, for your regular slew of tournaments, including all of the events that we are going to be hosting throughout the month of June for the 8th anniversary of ARMS, as well as Team ARKAD's own Discord server. To join in what we're going to be doing monthly, not just running ARMS, but teaming up with other games as well, like we did this weekend for Wizard of Legends. Maybe next time we could see Smash. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah,
it's something we want to happen. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say, because if you want to find out, you better come.
Yeah, come hang out. Come hang out with me. So with that being said, thank you all. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And next time I see you, we will be live on the Nintendo Switch 2. So make sure to hit that follow button, hit that sub button, and
I have a question for you.
See you next time. Yeah,
Brent,
what's up?
Will you play Mario Kart World or ARMS first? When you get your Switch 2?
I am listen, I've already planned this out, right? So I'm gonna wake up all nice and pretty Thursday morning. I'm gonna get my delivery by 9 a.m. From Walmart, like they promised. I'm gonna start setting up my Switch 2. My downloads are gonna automatically start, and as they're starting, there is gonna be one download that finishes before every other download, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and that is going to be the very first thing that I play on my Nintendo Switch 2.
Well, that I think is a perfect way to end stream. Thanks everyone for having tuned in.
Bye!
See ya!